Hi all. The project is in touch with you, GURU.Markets. Thank you very much for helping us. All links can be found in the description of this video. Dear viewer, I kindly ask you to give this video your royal thumbs up. Your like is essential to spread the project GURU.Markets. Now let's look at the main indicators of the corporation Studio City International, ticker MSC. Review based on current data as of September 15, 2024. By classification, GURU.Markets organization Studio City International belongs to the subcategory Rest Resort. 27 organizations take part in the analysis. This is very representative. Let's start with a summary of the corporation. If necessary, you can put it on stop. We invite you to study each indicator of the company under study more thoroughly. Access to the database with the ticker structure is free and open. I kindly ask you to distribute the security analysis among your friends. Thank you very much for your repost, as well as various other support. It all greatly helps the project. Well, here we go. Market capitalization of the organization Studio City International is $1.17 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $216 billion. Studio City International Holdings Ltd ADR accounts for a share of 0.54% and is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is estimated at $0.56 billion. And the balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory is $47 billion. Studio City International constitutes a share of 1.191%. Having made a comparison of the shares occupied by the exchange and book value, we can see the following. Occupied share Studio City International in the subcategory in case of market capitalization assessment is 0.54%. The book value is 1.191%, which is 121% more than the share of market capitalization. Assessment of the organization's share of market and balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory. Good 1 point. Total company assessment Studio City International will be demonstrated at the end of the review. Please review the progress of the analysis in full. The company's financial liabilities amount to $2.021 billion. Debt to book value represents 360.9% of the company's equity. Result on the level of debt obligations of the company, very bad. -2 points. The ratio of the company's market price to profit corresponds to 0, with an average for the subcategory of 21.6, which is significantly worse than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of the market price to earnings ratio in comparison within the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$95 million. Projected earnings for the next 12 months are unknown. This is extremely bad for the company. Assessment of expected future profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The company's price to revenue ratio is 2. The average in the subcategory is 1.3, which is 54% higher than in the subcategory. Assessment of market value to revenue indicators in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $590 million. Projected revenue for the next 12 months is unknown. This is very negative for the company's prospects. Assessment of expected future sales performance in comparison with the performance of subcategory companies. Bad, -1 point. The sales margin is -16.1%, with an average for the subcategory of 6.1%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 22.2%. Profitability assessment in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share by number of employees in the subcategory is 0.886%, which is 64% more than the share of market capitalization. And this fact shows the discrepancy between the company's exchange value Studio City International, probably towards underestimation. The amount of market capital for each employee of the company is equal to $221,000. Whereas in the subcategory there are $362,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the organization's performance is 39%. Estimation of the amount of capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The amount of profit per employee -$18,000. The average for the subcategory is $16,800. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 7%. Estimation of profit per individual employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The share of sales per individual employee of the company is $112,000. By subcategory, $276,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 146%. Estimation of revenue per individual company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions is 0%, with an average for the subcategory of 5.4%. This is a short squeeze indicator. Indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 49% for the company Studio City International Holdings Ltd ADR. For the subcategory, this level is 54%. Potentially, shares of the subcategory are valued in the same way as shares of the company Studio City International Holdings Ltd ADR. Comparing the movement of a company's stock price Studio City International and subcategory shares. We will see that over the past 12 months, the company's shares Studio City International showed dynamics of -8.5%. Against price changes in the 4% subcategory. This does not clearly indicate anything, but this fact must be taken into account. Before announcing the final grade, we kindly ask. Make your assessment of the company's shares Studio City International in the comments to this security assessment. Your responses in the comments greatly help the development of the channel. GURU.Markets. The result is this, -6.5 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is 0.2 points. If you look broadly, within the entire US stock market in aggregate, we can note that the average result for the market as a whole is 0.3 points. Against the company's score of -6.5 points Studio City International. Let's look at the table of orders. It is available to you. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all publicly made decisions by the reference evaluation system GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and open. Link in pinned comment. Based on the company assessment Studio City International Holdings Ltd ADR. GURU.Markets. Open an order. For a reason Studio City International, the most overvalued company in the subcategory. Let us remind you that earlier April 25, 2023, an order was published, company ticker RCL. Information and Reference Assessment System GURU.Markets, the following decision was made on this order. Close the order. The final loss was 170.4%. Many thanks to everyone for watching this video and for using the information and reference system GURU.Markets. You are all the best audience in the whole world.